Happy Thursday, my fellow strangers. This is Mrs. Strange, and on today's episode of Stranger Universe, we will break down and analyze the trailer for Stranger Things 5 that finally came out. Before we start, please like, comment, and subscribe to see more episodes from Stranger Universe. Turn on your notifications to never miss another episode again. Follow us on our social media platforms to stay updated with Mrs. Strange and the Stranger Universe family every day. And now, let us begin. At long last, the trailer for Stranger Things Season 5 arrived, and it was about time that it did. Funny enough, the trailer actually leaked last night on Twitter because Netflix themselves posted it for the whole world to see. Some intern must have accidentally scheduled it for yesterday evening instead of this morning, and even though the trailer was quickly taken down, it was screen recorded and spread around like wildfire. Chances are that you already saw the trailer and have been replaying it for the past few hours while you waited for the higher quality 4K version to be uploaded. But anyway, let's go straight into the meat and potatoes of the trailer, going in sequence from the very beginning all the way to the end with that climactic shot of our hero and antagonist. Right off the bat, the trailer for Season 5 opens up in the Upside Down, where we can see the library of downtown Hawkins. This is a crucial area in the alternate dimension, because not only was Will Byers found in here back in Season 1, but the four gates in Season 4 collided right here, signifying the library as the center of both Hawkins and the Upside Down. We then fade to a Demogorgon cowering to Vecna, who is walking out of the shadows while saying to an unknown character that at long last, we can begin. The background music starts playing, and we can hear Who Wants to Live Forever Be Queen, released in 1986. Interestingly enough, this is not the only Queen song used in Stranger Things 5. The WSQK vinyl revealed that Bicycle Race will be used at some point, likely in a scene pertaining to the radio station if the vinyl itself is anything to go by. Speaking of which, Dustin Henderson is seen riding his bike to school, wearing his Hellfire Club shirt in support of Eddie Munson. Not long after this, he gets bullied by high school jocks, with Andy replacing Jason as the new leader of the basketball team. We can also see an overhead angle of downtown Hawkins, still recovering from the earthquake, at the end of Stranger Things 4. Mike and Eleven are seen on top of the WSQK radio station, talking about how the gang is feeling relentless and being stuck inside Hawkins. The military is enforcing a quarantine, so things will feel hopeless and stressful not just for our characters, but the average Hawkins civilian with so much secrecy and weaponry running around. We can also see our gang venturing into the tunnels and moving a cabinet inside the radio station to reveal a secret room. As Eleven and Hopper delve deeper into the Upside Down, Mike Wheeler retakes his role as the leader of the party, calling the shots for all of the other main characters. Dustin can be seen with a busted face and bloody lips, and I cannot think of anything else but the high school jocks beating him down at the graveyard when he visits Eddie's gravestone. Meanwhile, Eleven spots a mysterious laboratory inside the Upside Down. According to a new interview with Time magazine a few weeks ago, the government has established a base of operations inside the realm to experiment on its organisms and fauna. This base, and the personnel involved with it, must be under the supervision of the new scientist villain, Dr. K, played by 80s veteran Linda Hamilton. Back at the radio station, we can see Joyce Byers looking extremely worried as Mike approaches from behind. Are the two of them taking care of Will? Is he somewhere off screen looking injured or sick? We immediately cut to our boys playing Dungeons and Dragons at the table in the middle of the woods beside Hawkins High School, where Eddie met Chrissy in Stranger Things 4. Will is seemingly distracted and worried by something he is sensing nearby. While all of this is happening, Eleven gives Mike a reassuring conversation, part of which we heard about earlier this year at the 2025 Next on Netflix event in Los Angeles. Basically, she's telling him not to worry about anyone or anything getting in the way and rewriting their ending. Jonathan and Nancy can be seen looking up at some sort of portal or energy cataclysm, all while Robin and Murray stand outside the radio station looking at a portal opening right outside. It's worth noting that the Bradley's big buy truck is seen right behind them to the left, and considering the portal opening up, this scene will most likely lead right into the chase sequence, featuring a Demogorgon chasing down the truck and attacking them. Hopefully, this doesn't end in a tragic death. Nancy is giving a speech about Vecna's evil plans to take over the world, inside of what appears to be Hawkins Memorial Hospital, where we see the same shot of her bloody hand crying. This makes me wonder, based on her reaction and the urgency of the situation, that the person who died or got horribly disfigured was Karen during the attack at the Wheeler residence. We then cut back to Eleven and Hopper storming inside the lab in the Upside Down, where we see one of the main highlights out of this trailer, and that is that Eleven seemingly has even more powers. Assuming both of these shots are related, we can briefly see Hawkins' laboratory exhibiting massive red electric waves that suddenly turn blue. My guess is that Eleven has mastered her telepathic abilities, and she is releasing a massive energy burst to locate a subject. Nancy and Jonathan have a moment together, likely before one of them makes a huge sacrifice. Since this is the final season, all bets are off, and some fans have been wondering if Jonathan Byers will actually die this time around. Right after, we can see the Demogorgon inside the tunnel storming down to attack Lucas Sinclair. Then we have a badass moment of Nancy using an assault rifle to shoot down the enemy. Then we have this shot of our gang in what appears to be Dimension X, because this looks an awful lot like the place that Henry Creel stumbled upon in 1979. And if you look closely, it seems like someone is falling right by the lightning strike. Some have wondered that this could be young Will Byers, but what if it's Holly Wheeler? If so, Dimension X could end up being called Camazotz, and with Holly stuck in here, our heroes have to find her and escape from Camazotz. We can see a group hug right here consisting of our 4 boys along with Eleven and Jonathan, and right behind them, we finally have a brief and blurry look at Vicky, Robin's love interest played by Amabeth McNulty, that had a small role in Stranger Things 4. She seems to be working at the hospital where all of this is taking place. We then have a shot of Erica and Hawkins Middle School, probably waiting to talk to Mr. Clark. In a recent TikTok video filmed at one of the production trailers for Stranger Things Season 5, we can see Randy Havens in the background while Priya Ferguson is being interviewed about her favorite moment from the show. Nancy gives Steve the order to do something, while the crew is driving across town in Steve's BMW, which has a satellite attached to it on top. As the trailer reaches its conclusion, the pace speeds up, and shots get cut quickly in between. Eleven blows past some rocks in the Upside Down, and a bunch of Wolfpack soldiers are blown away by an explosion. We then have our only glimpse of Max Mayfield in the entire trailer as she's being carried by Lucas inside the hospital elevator, and a Demogorgon runs straight towards them. All I can say is that the marketing has done a superb job of hiding her role in Season 5, because we've had nothing but a few leaks and rumors about what exactly is happening to Max this time around. Then we see Holly and Karen inside of the Wheeler residence, both of whom are drenched in water after hiding inside the bathtub. Karen is limping on the floor, which is not a good sign for her survival in the final season. Considering that Holly is seen present here, this must be right before she gets vanished, just like Will Byers in Season 1. We have a quick shot of Dr. K and her soldiers shooting at someone before we cut back to our gang trying to run away from soldiers and the Demogorgons inside of the downtown quarantine zone. According to the Duffer Brothers, this battle will be the biggest one in the series, and it contains a massive one-take shot as we see Demogorgons killing soldiers all around the base. And finally, the moment we were all waiting for, Vecna is back in town in all his glory, sporting a brand new form. The biggest twist here is that he talks to Will, or in this case, William. He is using his full name, further emphasizing that Will Byers wasn't randomly taken to the Upside Down in 1983. No, this was all meant to be part of a plan. Vecna has had his eyes on Will since the very beginning of the Stranger Things saga. This changes everything because it portrays Will as a Harry Potter figure, while Vecna is quite literally his Voldemort. Why is Henry after Will? Why does he need him one last time? Could he try to seduce Will to the dark side and use him once again as a vessel for the Mind Flayer? This was the craziest way to end the trailer, and now all of us will have to wait just a little longer to see what all of this could mean. Stranger Things 5 better live up to the hype. Overall, very blissful times. And that is all that we have for today. Did you think that the Stranger Things Season 5 trailer was the best one in the whole series? Today's special shoutout is for Loverfiller23. To get a chance at becoming our next special Stranger Universe shoutout, type it down in the comments section below. Turn on your notifications to never miss another Stranger Universe episode like this one. Join us on our episode premieres to interact with Mrs. Strange and other members of the Stranger Universe family. Thank you all for watching. I am Mrs. Strange, and this is Stranger Universe. Over and out.